What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, two things. One, this is going to be a much more casual video. I'm just kind of chilling on the couch. Going to talk to you guys about some brands that are not doing well for me, slash I probably won't be picking these up anymore. Second, I'm testing out a new area in my house to film. Pretty much the same because it's still by a window, but it might be a little bit brighter, like for the video. So let me know what you prefer. As always, these brands that I don't pick up, that kind of video, take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's business is different. So what I say may be completely from what you have, maybe even completely different than another person here on YouTube. So, like I said, take it with a grain of salt, but I do hope that these help maybe when you're out searching, if it's, something that you've never picked up before, or maybe you're having the exact same experience as me and I can help you not feel so alone in this whole journey of figuring things out. So I am literally just going through my eBay store and I'm going to show you some things that I have relisted multiple times, and that just aren't moving. So this first one is kind of, I want to say rare, because it's not something that I would find every day, which makes it even more of a weird situation for me because I thought by now this piece would have flown off my shelf, my store, but it just hasn't. So this is a Emilio Pucci, I think is the right name, or Pucci, I don't know what the right way to say it is. You guys can correct me down below. Hopefully the pictures are even clearer over here than in my other filming location. So this is essentially what it looks like. So first things first, I've had this for a little while and didn't list it. So I won't count that against this item, but listed still, I think this is going to be possibly the third or fourth time that I've relisted this item. I did aim high at first because it is virgin wool and silk, so it's a very beautiful piece. It's a designer piece, but it just hasn't gotten or it has gotten attention. I shouldn't say it hasn't gotten any attention, it just hasn't sold. Now I do know that luxury items can sit for a little while, but this is a pretty basic piece. It's just a cardigan. It's not anything too special to where like a very, very particular person has to buy it. I do think maybe, you guys can let me know in the comments, I do think I can maybe send this to the Real, but I don't know if I'm going to get as much money for it, but maybe it'd be worth it because I wouldn't have to be relisting it. So I don't know. Obviously, like I said, that's a one-off thing. I probably won't ever find that brand again, maybe one other time. But even so, I think I'm going to be pretty particular about it because I think maybe just the brand doesn't have enough of a following to where it's selling that quickly. The next brand, I'm going to like loop these together because it's basically the same thing. But it's Adidas and Under Armour. Or excuse me, there's three. Adidas, Under Armour, and Nike. Now there's exceptions to every single thing in this video. There's exceptions to, every brand, every style. But you guys know that I use the Flip app for consigning my items, which I will put a link down below if you want to sign up and start selling on consignment. But I've been getting a few, maybe like 2 or 3 lots with some Nike and Adidas items, which I was really excited for. I actually even have a haul on the channel of a whole lot of Under Armour stuff that I got, and none of it has sold. I don't think that it's a bad brand, but it is very, very saturated and it just sits for me. So I wouldn't necessarily put it completely on my no-buy list. There's definitely like some collabs and different stuff that would probably do really well, but it just sits for a while. Even with the new flip lots that I'm applying for to sell, I'm kind of avoiding ones that have those brands just because I know that they're not going to sell very fast. And then I'm kind of just scrolling through here trying to show you guys. Okay, this one is another interesting find. I don't think this is a brand thing. It might just be a style thing. But this is Cloth and Stone. So this is the exact piece that I have that has been sitting, which is really weird because it is a denim piece, which is kind of one of the things that Cloth and Stone is known for. But I've had this piece for a very, very long time. Picked it up at Goodwill. I don't have that much into it, thankfully. I think I did get it half off, but it just hasn't moved. And honestly hasn't had much attention, maybe because it is just so plain. But I don't know. So I do think that cloth and stone I definitely want to keep looking for, but I think I'm going to be looking more for different categories, maybe not tops at all, maybe not this type of top. So you guys let me know in the comments what experience you have with cloth and stone and if it's done well for you. And then I might just have 2 or 3 more that I want to share with you guys. This next one, again, is kind of like an overall brand. It's Lane Bryant. Now, this particular top I did sell, but it has been about 60 to 70 days, which isn't terrible, but it just doesn't have a very, there's some kiddos in the background. It just doesn't have a very fast turnaround for me. Again, another brand that's pretty saturated. I do like, though, to have plus size items in my closet. I absolutely love selling plus size. But this is the one plus size brand that, even though it is plus size and it's bigger, it still sits. And I did sell this piece. I think this piece was in my last What Sold video, so you can check that out if you'd like to. And I think I got like $12 for it. And that piece is from Flip, so it's on consignment, so I didn't make very much anyway. So yeah, it's just not worth it. It's not really worth the time. I think I've had maybe one Lane Bryant piece. It was actually a piece that had like animals on it, and that did really well, but obviously like animals have like an emotion attached to it. Like people are specifically looking for that kind of animal. Maybe they own that kind of animal, or they just like that print, you know? Versus something like this where it's just striped. I have another one in my closet that is like a shirt. It's a 2-layer shirt, and that one hasn't moved at all. So definitely something that I will kind of just double check. I like I said, none of these brands are necessarily like I will never ever pick them up again, but I definitely am going to look up comps and make sure that it is like a desirable piece, something that is searchable, like prints, you know, that people are going to be looking for. And then this is kind of another one-off one with that Emilio cardigan. This is something that I found at a garage sale, and I bought it because of the size. You guys can see it is a men's extra large, which is not super, super big, but I mean, it is a bigger size. But it's vintage Sears Roebuck & Co. So if you're not familiar, that's kind of what Sears was before it was just Sears. And it's also a single needle tailored shirt. So I thought it had some extra value there with like the way that it was made. But it hasn't sold. And it's honestly just a basic, it's a striped button down, so it's not like someone in particular has to, you know, find it. It's not super unique, besides the fact that it's vintage. So I actually did list it pretty high. I listed it, well, not pretty high, but I listed it at $30. And I've had to since relist it. As you guys can see, it was listed for $19.99. I think I just recently relisted it, and it's still at $19.99. But yeah, so again, I don't think I'll ever find vintage Sears again. Maybe a couple times, a handful of times maybe. But I just don't think I'm going to pick it up. Again, I don't think it's something that people are actively searching for, men or women. So I just don't think I'm going to be picking it up anymore. And then kind of scrolling through my Unsold here, I think that that's pretty much it. Everything else has been doing pretty well for me. Yeah. And I did talk about in my What Sold about the Clark's shoes that I had got on consignment. I wouldn't say that Clark's is a brand that I'm going to stay away from, but I do think that getting them on consignment is something that I'm going to stay away from / paying up for them, because I have made little to zero money on those items. So not necessarily something I would advise you guys to stay away from, but definitely something that I'm going to like double, triple check when I'm in the thrift store. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of show you guys literally from my store the things that are actually not moving for me, and things that I'm going to reconsider when I'm at the thrift store looking at stuff. I've done a lot of what sold and stuff that is moving, so I thought I would kind of do the opposite today and show you guys some of my unsolds. So if you enjoy that, give it a thumbs up, and maybe once a few weeks pass and I get some more in my collection, I can show you guys some more stuff that isn't moving, maybe some buys that I regret. If you would like to see that, let me know. Leave this video a thumbs up so I know to start doing that kind of video also. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.